Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to my talk today titled Merge Pull Requests in Half the Time, 5 New Ideas to Do So. Super interesting topic as it is affecting most developers in the world. Before we get to that, a little bit about me. My name is Dan Lines. I'm the co-founder and COO at LinearB. I am blessed in the sense that I get to work with engineering teams and some of the top engineering leaders in the world. I am also the founder of the Dev Interrupted community and the host of the Dev Interrupted podcast that you can see on the right-hand side. Of course, I'm a former VP of engineering and former developer. And the coolest thing about the pod is that most people want to talk about developer productivity, which is the main point of the talk today. I'm going to start with the pull request paradox. So as most of you know, pull requests are highly adopted. Probably about 90% of the teams that I work with are utilizing pull requests. It's the strongest new methodology since Agile, correlated with the rise of open source and GitHub and GitLab and Bitbucket really has become a standard in modern software development. And the thing with pull requests is they do provide a lot of value. Even a lightweight review from a peer can detect up to 65% of bugs. 75% of the bugs are around that maintainability, technical debt, things like that. And they're hard to detect in an automated way. And pull requests are actually really nice for junior developers or new developers working to improve their careers by getting that feedback from a more senior developer. There's probably no better way to do it. And good news for the software developer community. The number of software developers are going up every single year. And in this little report, maybe by 2030, we'll have 45 million software developers, which means there'll be a lot of new people and junior developers entering the market. And that gets us to our pull request paradox. So pull requests, of course, are very valuable, but here's the problem. We have a developer that's super excited. They just solved a new problem, and developers love solving problems, and they are ready for a review. But the issue is they need a review from another developer that is solving their own interesting problem, and they're not available right now. So developer number one is waiting, and they're moving then on to the next cool thing. They don't want to stay idle, and they start working on their next branch, the new problem they're trying to solve. A day goes by, or even 2 days go by. And now the reviewer is available and saying, hey, I have some questions about your PR. And of course, the original developer is already on to something new, completely forgot about that PR, and lots of cognitive issues start happening, like idle time and transition time, which we'll get into here. We have an awesome research team at LinearB. We have the ability to analyze millions and millions of pull requests. And here's a few pieces of data that have come from LinearB labs. So first and foremost, pull requests are 2/3 of cycle time. And if you don't know what cycle time is one of those golden engineering organization health metrics made famous by the DORA team. And it measures how much time does it take on average to go from coding on a branch all the way to deployment to production. So if you don't have cycle time, or you're not measuring cycle time today, definitely do so. You can check out LinearB, of course, to do that. But the key information here is that on average, pull requests are taking 4 days and 10 hours of the total cycle time. So that's just like a crazy amount of time is in that PR pickup time and in the PR review time itself. And PR pickup time means I open a pull request. How long does it take for someone to start reviewing it? The other thing that we found is that most pull requests sit idle for half of their lifespan. So what does that mean? 50% of PRs are just sitting there. No one's working on them or giving feedback on them for 50% of their lifespan. And 33% of PRs are idle for more than 75% of their lifespan. So these PRs, these sad PRs, are just sitting there alone by themselves. No one is doing anything with them, which is obviously not a good thing. Now, the other thing about the PR process is there's some inherent idle time, or we call transition idle time, that of course hurts developer productivity. You might not think that this is a big deal. This is a big deal. If I'm a developer, I need someone else another developer to review my work. And inherently there's a handoff that creates delays. The developer that is picking up my PR for review, they don't have the context of what it is. They're treating all PRs maybe exactly the same at first glance. They don't know if it's a fast review, a long review. Maybe they think they need to block their calendar for, half a day to get the review done. And all of this transition time back and forth between the two developers, like if there are code requests for changes, it increases the cognitive load, the time I have to spend of thinking about, okay, I'm going back and forth between developing over here and changing the code that you requested me to do. It causes longer cognitive reload times. It leads to lower